Hello there. Welcome to part 5 of a 5-part series of my kundalini / spiritual awakening. Now, obviously, this is a very interesting topic, so I will make other talks on it, but this particular series, this will be the last part. And on these talks, I've been basically talking about my own spiritual awakening, which began at the age of 24. I'm 35 now. But at the age of 24, I had the big, unexpected spiritual awakening because I didn't expect it. I didn't try to get a spiritual awakening. I didn't know anything about this kind of thing. I didn't look anything up on the internet to get it. I didn't know anything about it. My mum's side, were some of them were mediums and psychics, but none of them, to my knowledge, have ever had a spiritual awakening. So I'm the first, and that's including my mother's side and my father's side. And to this day, I'm the only one, to my knowledge. But but at age 24, that's when the first big one happened. And like I said a moment ago, I didn't know anything about this kind of thing. I didn't know that I was a way to get an awakening. I didn't look this up on the internet. I didn't, even though, my mum's side are travelling gypsy people, psychic readings and palmistry and all that kind of stuff. I wasn't really interested in that kind of thing because I was brought up with it, you see. And no one spoke about a spiritual awakening, no one knew about that, as I've mentioned. And so it was a shock. And it happened one day. I got up one morning and I had enough of everything. But it was like I really meant it. And it was such a powerful moment that I knew in that moment that everything was going to change. It was like, imagine going that deep within yourself in a moment that that something's going to manifest. And it did. And then I knew everything had changed all of a sudden. And then I started to go through this big transformation. And ever since then, I get new spiritual awakenings every other day. People take ayahuasca to get the same experience, and a lot of the time it won't be that. I get this, and then there's no drugs involved. And I take supplements and nootropics now, and I used to be into drugs when I was younger. But no, there was no drugs involved, and even if there was, which there wasn't, regarding the awakening, the new awakens I get every other day. And, and so it's all within you. That's what I done. And so you just got to make that choice to go within yourself, as I did. But it was an unconscious choice. I didn't know what I was doing. And then I found out later about spiritual awakening, and but at the time, very confused because you don't know what's happening or why. When I had the big awakening, the first one, I started to get downloads. I was told that I was going through. I wasn't hearing voices. Downloads like thought forms, like it's your own mind, But it's coming from higher levels of consciousness, and I was getting told that I was going through a rebirth. Literally. I couldn't look at people in the eye anymore, like a little small child. And I was taken back to the womb. That information came in as well. I was going through a rebirth. and I also went through a kundalini awakening at that time also. And then I started to go through an inner healing journey. Because the kundalini is to show you what you can get. It's to show you, give you a glimpse of who you are, the true core essence. But then when you've got to go on an inner healing journey. And a big part of that journey is healing the block chi, which comes from inner healing. You're healing, you're changing, healing, activating DNA. But once the shell cracks open, then this new spiritual side is being born within you. And I believe the reason I had to go back to the womb and be rebirthed was because a lot of the times with traumas and stuff, it comes from the womb. That's even related to past life before you were here, And that's what we're healing when we go through the spiritual awakening. But regarding the rebirth, that lasted for 2 weeks. And then I went in a inner healing path, getting new spiritual awakenings every other day. But me, myself, I've had to do the inner work. And, so it's up to a person if they want to spiritually awaken. And I'm just basically sharing what I've been through. On these talks on my website, lovelightfamily.com. Lovelightfamily.com, the reason I thought of that name is basically Love Light Family, that's the higher powers. And ultimately that's who we are once we're more ascended. Love Light Family also, higher dimensional beings, aliens, They're all part of the ascension on Earth. But but in regards to my own kundalini / spiritual awakening, and then the inner healing path is you're aligning with your core essence, which is tantric awareness. Kundalini is just the glimpse of that, right? But ultimately you're aligning with that power. See, the truth of it is, our core essence, it's not that, there's anything strange with being a hypersexual, as they call it, or that kind of energy. But in the alignment with your tantric awareness, you're tapping into that energy, but you're not hypersexual, because it's about how you manipulate energy, and that comes with the inner healing path. I'm not going to tell you how to do it because you've got your own journey. But the more that you heal, the more you let go of. You see? So it becomes more love than sexual, if that makes sense. You see? So with love comes more joy. It's a different kind of energy to just sexual. And that's the kind of bliss you've got in the ascension path. And this journey, it's not always pleasurable, especially early on. There's a lot of healing going on. The healing that you're doing is you're healing, like I've said earlier, what you're healing from is family, generational curses. You're healing stuff from past lives, which arises within you. Once you get that big awakening, that's what you're healing, you see? And you're returning to your core essence, which is tantric awareness. Life arises from absolute nothing, because within the nothing is this spontaneous tantric orgasmic energy, which is the source of all life. Like I say, there isn't a separate God as such. It's awareness and non-awareness. But this awareness that is hypersexual, appears to be its nature, but it's, when you go deeper with it, it's love. The reason it can appear overly sexual, that's to do with unconscious wounds. And it's an unconscious, the reason people are overly sexual is because it's the unconscious way of healing. You see? And that's why they want you to feel bad about that, because if you make people feel guilty and bad, like they're wrong, then it blocks them. When actually lovemaking, is one of the most potent healers there is. But you've got to make love within yourself first. You see, so in this healing path that I've been through, it's like you're becoming naked. Because you're facing your, people might think that it's not manly to cry or to face your issues. That's the most toughest thing you can do. Most people are running from that. Most people, you can get your really physical tough people, but they won't do the inner healing work because they haven't got the guts. They haven't got the balls. It's only the ballsy people that do the inner work. And that's the people that are the chosen ones, as people call it chosen ones, 144,000. It's those people that are brave enough to go within themselves. I could have carried on being depressed, but the real courageous thing is to face your issues head on. It's so easy to just distract yourself, which many do. But the chosen ones, they're chosen because they choose to be chosen. They choose to go within. You see? There's a lot of people that they go on about God or a saviour because they don't want to save themselves. That's the truth. You see, and those people don't ascend or awaken or get any blessings. Those kind of people are in la la land. But the truth of it is, no one's coming to save you. You have to go within yourself and save yourself. It really is that simple. And rescue yourself. And it's true that the kingdom of heaven is really within you. Because within your heart there, that is the doorway, the portal into where your loved ones are in heaven, in the spirit world. Call it whatever you want, but that's where they are. That's the energy, so you tap into that. You start to connect with them. You start, you know what I mean? You know that this presence is around you or there with you. And so once we live in the heart, that is the quickest way to ascension. And I think I'll just end on that note. For latest updates, talks, news, information on various subjects, please do visit my website at www.lovelightfamily.com. Thank you for watching and listening. Thank you.